Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing so. I had a I had a hellish night last night. This video is about cold-hearted people. They don't change. Don't expect them to change. I don't. I would be crying every day if I didn't know better. But I know better by now. It's been decades I've been through that type of thing. And I heard some people oh, they're like tolerant of people in their life. Like, I'm going to teach them this, and you ain't going to teach them nothing. If they're adults, they are who they are. That's the way that is. I'm serious. Couldn't be more serious. I have a direct hatred for cruel, cold hearted people. And I would have never, ever got involved with anybody that was like that if I had really thought that it. See, now if people don't keep presenting the same you to me every time we meet up, you know, whether it's on the internet or whatever, if you're not consistent, like how you treat everybody, you know. Well, in short, I have friends that have treated me better from the start because they're upfront about even their flaws. You know, they're like you know. Anyway, uh, I'm gonna try and I mean, it is hard to be happy when your sleep patterns and the serotonin that you're supposed to be making is like your mind feels unsafe because you're living around somebody with mental illness. Well, it's called evil, but we've actually got a um, descriptions for the mentally impaired, and um, but the ones that are on the toxic level, those are dangerous to be around. They really are. So if you hear somebody like pacifying one of these puppies in their life and they're giving off any kind of like we're all in this together type of vibe, it's like F that. No, no, we are not all in this together. This is the time for the separation of the wheat and tares. The tares are bundled up and burnt, you know? So they're either getting with the program or they're not. This isn't the time to play games. They've been warned, you know. So time's up. Trust me. It's up. I mean, let's put it this way. For me personally, um, I literally, well, not with all my heart, but wish somebody did and actually told him that I would like to do that, but I wouldn't, of course. But I'm just saying, I would. There's moments, I have my moments. That's not a good thing. So I really been searching my heart today and asking God to, like, show me what to do, help me out. What do you want me to do here? Because being forced into, like I told Doug last night, why don't you go to the tavern, go talk to people that like you and you like, and y'all can sit there and, talk like KUNTSs together and whatever. I don't know if I said like that. No, I didn't, but you know, it's like go be with your own people, My friends would never talk to me the way you talk to me, so go be with your own. I told him this morning, don't be surprised and whining when I'm out. If I ever can have time and go do something with my friends, like go for a walk or collect agates, sit by a bonfire, um, Cold-hearted, crabby-ass people are not allowed. Not at all. That's just not going to happen. And not magically. This is not a magic mystery ride, one fits all rapture type of situation. Yeah, everybody's going to be caught up in the air. In that respect, we've all been talked to by God already. So, I'll see where I was going with that just a minute, if anywhere, you know. Not a one size fits all thing like that. I am thoroughly convinced that some souls aren't meant to ascend and some souls are meant to be taken out of here and never to return, you know? So, and I'm really convinced of that. I think one of the souls that isn't going to return, and say what you will, but is the Holy Spirit. When Christ takes his reins, when he stands up from a little lower position, maybe is a way to put it, he'll be here to help the ones that still are capable of getting the heck out of here, and some that just can't, with that satanic vibe like that. Might take them millions and millions of years, whatever it takes. Maybe it, but I'm not going to be around to see it. See, this is what I'm saying. Right now, here and now, in our times, we individually meet God, of course, in the end. But I mean, and all hearts will change. Every knee will bow. But it doesn't say all together. So I'm just pointing out that they use some of these things like one love and all their bullshit um, to let the abusive people do what they want to do and get away with it. Because if I could prove the abuse, Doug would be in jail right this second. But then I got cops involved with my life, which makes him a very dangerous person to be around. And they are. They truly are. When they push you to that point, and you can keep saying, I want to be left alone, just leave me alone. I was trying to eat a meal. I had done quite a bit yesterday. It's like I wanted to relax. It's like 12:30 at night, and it's like this is the crazy train. I mean, I don't even mind staying up. I could even stay up all night in the right conditions under normal circumstances. But I don't like being um, badgered by somebody and they're getting away with it. That's bullshit. So I'm just so sick of cold ass people in my life. They do and say things and then they expect that nobody's going to say. And I told them this morning, I hate you. I literally do hate him. I don't like him. There's bits and pieces that I love. There's the man that he pretended to be when he presented himself to me. But even if he was riding along on that pretense, every now and again, it's not consistent. You know, it's like, oh, it's just gross. So I'm not playing. I'm just really actually telling you that if people hadn't played mind games and lied and all their bullshit, I would have still been a friend to people. Literally. I can deal with people's bullshit if I'm not related to them. So, anyway. So, I've been really searching my heart and asking God, I need to get out of here. What do you want me to do? You know, because this is ridiculous. There's no sense of me getting up and even having to make a video like this. But I decided to because there's other people that are living with cold hearted people and they're freaks. They are not going to change in your lifetime for you at all. So if you think they are, well, till next time. When they do it next time, you'll see. And this comes from decades of research into these masonically guided minds that are the minions of Satan or Satan himself. So it's like, so hey, and this is to somebody that's got maybe more than one person, but I'm gonna kind of, okay, here goes. I'm gonna say it how it's coming out. Listen, Bubba, don't play games with me because I don't buy the little girl princess bullshit out of anybody, okay? There. Now I just said it, okay. So now that's over. Okay, Bubba, got that? you know, I called Doug's cat Bubba. He's black with a tuxedo, and yeah, he's cute. He's got a bobtail. He's more my cat. Doug, last night he's like, he said this more than once, but last night I'm just like, no more pussyfooting around bullshit. Oh, you're lucky if you get one cat in your life that loves you like that. I'm like, all my kitties love me. They always have. And I'm thinking of every little cat I've ever had in my life. It's like, yeah, that's why I can pet the wild ones. And I'm the only one that can, you know. No, that's not true. I've had so many good animals. So I finally just, he'll say stupid shit like that. It's supposed to be matter of fact. Okay, dude. So you got one kitty that loved you. Kudos. Who trained it? So anyway, I trained it to stay off my bed so it would be forced to go to Doug. So yeah, and that's a fact. So I think that's rather funny, and he knows it. You know, if I had said something like that in front of that cat, especially like maybe 10 years ago, that cat probably would have wound up with breathing problems or something. It all depends on what's going on, what happens to the animals and things in my life that I love. Now that's retarded, and I'm not playing with these people because that's severe. That's nothing to say, brush off and scoff at and say, well, things are going to get better. No, they're fucking not. Get a fucking grip. What do you think God made archangels for with the force of many men all in one body to play? No, we ain't here playing. Sorry, Charlie. You know. So, and y'all know what I'm saying. I know the ones that know that you see the red in my eye. It's not a fucking joke. If it's gold and it's looking pretty, that's okay. You're cool. But if you got yellow and red coming in, you better know you have a problem because I know it's a problem for me. You know, I want to be the gentle nature I was made to be. I'm forced into a corner. And when you're forced into a corner, you don't have a choice. So that's the position I'm being put in, and I don't like it. So I'm not going to sit there and say I don't hate. I have hatred, not a seething hatred like that, but it's a lingering feeling of. I mean, I hate the way it makes me feel. So they say, well, hate the crime, but not the person. Oh, fuck that shit. I hate that motherfucker. Get real. It's bugging ugly. When people act like that, I don't care what they look like. Like I told him when I first met him, and I used to say, "Oh yeah, you're handsome and whatever," And I always thought I was ugly. I should have said, yeah, you really fucking are, you know, instead of boosting somebody's ego, It's like, you're right, you're ugly. I told him, we'll just stick with the first thing you said, you know. So, and don't worry, even if it killed itself, which it wouldn't, it's too selfish. I am not going to hurt its feelings. It doesn't work like that. There's no feelings, like it's not human emotion like that. And if it cries, it's for itself, not for any foreseeance of anybody's life or offsprings or nothing. It's just all them. And that is, unless those children or somebody in their life suits a immediate purpose for them, they're expendable. Everybody is, you know. And I'm not somebody's, like they say, I saw a post and or seen it around. I'm not nobody's sometime or second choice or whatever, that type of thing at all. So I never have been. But yeah, there's been some things, most something shit's been decades of exactly what I was told would not happen to me. Everything has happened to me. And like I told Doug, which, you may not give me the black eyes like my ex gave me, but you give me black eyes with your emotional abuse. So that's true. And it is a real thing because I cannot make the dopamine in my body that my body needs to keep on a happy note. It's like I saw something on Facebook. It was like it explained what it was like when you're going through that. Let me pull it up and read it to you because the description is so right on. I hope I don't get cut off. Just a minute. I'm gonna pull it up. This will take me just maybe a couple minutes here to scroll through my Facebook, and then I'll talk loud enough where you can hear me. Second here. This really described it when I find it. I posted a lot today and I was rather tired and upset, and I considered not making a video, and I thought, well, there's other people that are really literally going through these type of things that just like the friendship and closeness of understanding that you're not the only one going through this. It's still going to take me one more minute. I'll light a cigarette and keep scrolling. I'm looking for it. So, and if I get interrupted, I won't swear at it, but I'll try and politely um, deal with it. Okay, here it is. And I wrote on top, this is how I openly speak about my life. If you are having a hard time wrapping your head around it, how the narcissist bonds to you. Okay, let me turn around and I'll try and be clear as I read it. The hot and cold cycle of attention followed by neglect or kindness followed by malice will create a trauma bond. Your brain will oscillate between pumping the oxy, oxy, wait, oxytocin. Okay, I am tired, but I'll try. Okay, bonding, a bonding hormone, and cortisol, the stress hormone. So it goes between that, between them two. And the intensity and the instability of the chemical cocktail breeds a hurricane inside your skull and heart. Okay, there's more. You feel unsafe A simmering background anxiety floods your state. See, and just a moment with that, that's not something you can help. If you think that something's going to get even violent or pushy or any retarded thing in your life, and you don't know if the cops are going to come, if your animals are safe. I mean, things, mementos I say for my children all their lives, different things. It's like, all these, it just sort of, and I try to keep all like that material type of thing at like the I don't give a shit about any type of anything on that level to keep myself safe. The same with relationships, but I do trust my friends more than anybody I'm related to. So I'll go on with this. Okay, uh, it breeds a hurricane inside your skull and heart. You feel unsafe. A simmering background of anxiety floods your state, undermining your well being. It becomes difficult to sleep or focus. Brain chemistry plays a massive role here. To stay sane, although this, all sane through this process, you need to understand the brain's prime motivation and mechanics. Your brain's main goal is to keep you safe, not happy. Happiness becomes attainable only after your brain is convinced that you are safe. So, you see what I mean? So, being in an unstable, um, um, bonded relationship with somebody that's got a cold heart is really damaging to your physical self. So that's really why I made this video, just for people that are going through that just let you know, no, you're not crazy. It could be your parent, your kid, your spouse, a brother, a sister, whoever, a boss, people that you got to go buy gas or wherever these people are, and they're weird like that. It does affect your heart, and your heart affects your mind. And there's nothing, when somebody stabs your heart, you can't unstab it. That's the thing. So for me to get angry, and it's not a daily thing with me, it does take, told you, about every 3 months I have a severe, I can't deal with this type of situation, and it's back and forth, up and down, all over the place, and it's so unstable, it's so regressed and retarded, it's unfucking bearable. And love is not going to help me out of this shit. Maybe slapping the hell out of somebody might, but love's not going to do it. I hope I don't get to the point where I just say fuck it and just do something and spend some jail time, because then I'm still not going to be happy. But I'm thinking God's going to keep me safe from that. But it does cross my mind. Not murder or nothing like that, although I did say something like that this morning, but I didn't even mean it when I was saying it. But in all reality, if I can kill Satan himself, if God gives me that, when my soul dies, and I can go after his spirit so he doesn't hurt other people, I'm going to murder that thing. So this is spiritual, you know, and it is a spiritual war all the time. And yeah, I'm a warrior, but I can only do so much legally, and the rest of it is so vile that I cannot legally combat it. And, begging God up to a point and praying, that's one thing, or even with my thoughts, being a kind person, but that really is getting fucking old. It's getting sickening, you know. I want to sing and laugh and have friends and, healthy relationships where people can actually talk, even offend each other, and like that was stupid of me. I won't do that again because I love you type of feeling, you know. It's like, yeah, because real friends can do that shit, you know. Not screw up and be stupid, but even when we do, we're like, we seen that, but we understand type of feeling, you know. It's like that's real, you know. So anyway, so yeah, back to Bubba. Um, your princess is not going to be okay. She's satanic. Get the fucking memo, you know? So, no, nobody's going to be something they're not in your lifetime on this planet because that is not what this is about, you know? Not this time around. No, we're not playing patty cake. Christ already rose from the death. That's coming back. So, here we are, you know, bits and pieces of that. So I guess we'll just see, won't we? But yeah, something tells me that today is a big changing day for me because the war is on. You know, it's like, and no, last night Doug's like, I want to do this for you and do that. I said, do not do anything for me. Do not. Just don't do it. You know, because when you hate somebody, you don't go and tell somebody you hate, go ahead and do that for me. No fucking way. You know. So, and then I said, and then just bring on your cruel bullshit because if I don't bow to what people want in my life, they have a tendency to strike out at me. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, I know you're going to be getting nastier, so just I'll just expect that because that's exactly what's going to be too. Watch, you know what? And that's a good thing. I will document it all like this when it steps up or if it does, because that would be going into times that I've had, like, if I wasn't able to do something for myself, which I am in some respects, in many respects. But there's a lot of other times, like without times where I didn't have an insured vehicle or them type of things, and the excuses not to make that right to make me safe and all the bullshit. It's like, fuck that, you know. Yeah. A man that says he doesn't want his woman to have to work, but then will stick the fact that, well, what I heard last night about wanting some smoke in the future, he's going to be selling it, and I got to come up with my own money. It's like, oh, see, because I've never sold drugs, and I hope he's not that stupid because I'll turn him in. Sure the fuck will. You know, why not? A person's dangerous when they have nothing to lose. You know, really, I probably wouldn't get any cops involved, but I just walk away from the shit. I wouldn't. I'd just be like, I would go get a tent. I take all the change I have in the world, and I just fucking up and leave like that. Walk into town, sign some divorce papers, and he's got my letter of estrangement that he can take in and apply to any papers at any time. So it's like I gave him a letter of divorcement. So all he's got to do is sign it and date it, and they'll approve a divorce instantly. So it's like, yeah, but if I'm forced into anything, then I will. Things won't be as nice for him as what he wants, you know, because I am confident God will take care of me, you know, and help me in those ways. You stay down there. Do not, this cat, sometimes even any animal can be controlled by the dark force, and they can use their minds to make your own animal piss you off. Lay down. And I've told her, good girl, I told her, if you're going to listen to that dark force crap, stay the F away from me, because then you won't be my cat, you know. So, yeah. Because when I tell my animal to lay down and behave, they do. And even they'll sense me, they're smart enough not to be stupid unless somebody's mind gets in between that. And that, playing games with another animal towards a human being, can be really dangerous for the animal. And I've gone through a lot of that type of heartbreak with these fucking freaks, you know? Like I could tell you so many things that involve animals and retarded people, you know? Unbelievable. Truly unbelievable. So, yeah, so actually, honestly, it isn't the best day in the world if anybody's wondering how I am. Oh, I'm okay. I'm always okay, as far as that's concerned. It's like, yeah. But I'm not going to say it's just another day because, nah, something spurred a little harder in me last night. Like, you know what? Yeah, it's time for me to be tough. I guess it's time for me to act like that playground bully I'm accused of being. Not that I'm going to bully anybody out here on YouTube or anything, or any of my friends or anything, but I'm going to push back at these bullies in life, these cold hearted bastards. I'm a bastard, so don't go anywhere with your brain that I'm hurting people or, you know, whatever. Who, I don't care, could care less. Um, I've had two sets of parents and they all suck. So, you know, you know, probably really all did too. Well, here's a word to the wise: just be careful of those grapefruit fruits and the watermelon seeds, because that forbidden fruit is a dangerous thing. So I think you might have caught that. If you need me to explain more, I will. But I think just that kind of either made you laugh, freak you out, or made you wonder. So, any of the above or whatever you have some feelings or thoughts, hey, let me know. Well, get it. Don't just watch it. She's watching an ant. She's a good hunter. Yeah. Funny. Yeah, she's a good cat. She tries hard. See, it just really makes me angry when I've never had a dog so disobedient than when I raised around Doug. Never, never in my life. I've trained bird dogs and guard dogs and search and rescue dogs, and I never had one so stupid that because he wouldn't give her the same commands that I told him to do. It's just like putting sugar out for animals, and I've told him over and over again, you don't give, but you cannot talk to somebody that doesn't care. They don't what you say. They hear you. They just don't fucking care. So it's not that you tell somebody 300 times how to close the door, because if you leave it open, stuff is going to run in. And you can tell them, yeah, even a little kid, a baby, close that door. You can get your baby to close the door, you know. So it's not that these things, and I'm not going to call them human because they're demonic fucks. So it's not human. So human beings do communicate on a different level, as a matter of fact, even before the words are said, you know. Well, these things pretend that that's not real, you know. Their languages and their um, signs, symbols, colors, their whole fake ass world of non reality impresses them more than being truly human. It's like, yeah, you're playing your pretend world. Just go ahead. But their time is limited. I'm convinced, you know. So. Well, everybody, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for joining me. Hey, I'm happy enough like I always am. I just say what I just said in front of anybody God in the world and laugh or cry or do it all at once. But I'm not crying. I told God I was mad today. I told him, don't you let me cry. I kind of swore. I'm like, I'm not putting up with this shit anymore. Fuck that. So excuse my foul language, ladies and gentlemen, please. And I will humble myself before my friends. Excuse my bad temperament. I hate it. I don't hope you can relate, but I hope you understand. And if you do relate, my heart goes out to you. And that's why I'm talking to you because, hey, raise your hand if you're either going through it or been through it and you really know. Just let me know you know, okay? So, and if you got any ideas for me that isn't going to leave me like um, out on the street, let me know. All right, everybody. Peace. Have a good night or day wherever you're at. Thank you for joining me.